guys, I'm Rob, this is the Brick Farm, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we'll be taking a look at Luke Skywalker's Red5 helmet, and this is the latest one that has been released as part of the LEGO helmet line collection. So first things first, here's the helmet all complete, and I have to admit this is probably my favourite out of all the helmets that have been released so far, and that also includes all the Batman cows and things like that. I really do like the design of it, and more importantly, what stands out to me is probably the bright colours. It is definitely one of the brightest ones that we've seen so far, as most of the Star Wars stuff and the Batman stuff tends to be quite dark and very monochromatic. Whilst this one, yes, predominantly is white, it does have those striking red and yellow accents to it, and not to mention that awesome little visor at the top, which is the translucent orange, and I have to admit that is the thing that probably makes it stand out the best. And I also have to admit that those kind of red and white stripes do look quite cool going on down the back of it. Kind of reminds me a little bit of a mohawk, so I do really like that. As far as the building procedure goes, it's very similar to all the other kind of helmets. You start off building that stand, and then you kind of have these panels that you assemble, and then you kind of click them all into place. And mind you, they are quite challenging because you have to follow those instructions quite closely, as those panels after a while can get a little bit confusing, and to see where each little kind of individual brick or tile, as they are, goes. And I did make a few mistakes, and therefore this helmet took me about 2 hours to complete, which is a little bit longer than I really anticipated. And I have to admit, this set definitely qualifies for the 18 plus collection, because I've got a feeling the younger audiences will potentially struggle with following those kind of instructions and will make a lot of mistakes. And well, I'm 36 years old and I did make a few mistakes myself, and I actually did have one spare piece left over, which I don't think should have been left over, as it was a 1x4 tile and I had no idea where it went. So it's probably somewhere inside, it's supposed to go somewhere inside of this thing, but I have no idea where. I looked everywhere and they do kind of look symmetrical to me. So as far as that goes, I think it is a little bit more challenging than the other ones that I have put together previously. Or maybe that is just me doing it whilst, you know, late at night and tired after work, so that is potentially that. But now going back to the helmet itself, I do like that little microphone poking out the front, and you also do get that little chin strap down the bottom as well. The other really good part about this kind of helmet is that they did not fill that void at the front, they just left it as a helmet like that did to the Batman cow, which I think ruined that kind of set. So I think they learned from that mistake. A lot of people also comment about that kind of orange visor, how LEGO should have probably molded that piece as a whole kind of piece on its own, because it's kind of a little bit different than what the actual helmet looks like. But I think that kind of defeats the whole purpose of LEGO. LEGO is a building block toy, essentially, so you technically should be putting these things together and, you know, having a molded kind of one piece and just sticking it in there. Because if you want, you know, molded helmets and things like that, you can just buy the Hasbro ones or the, you know, the Black Series ones. So like, I think that kind of defeats the purpose. But all in all, as far as that whole brick built kind of visor, it looks quite cool. It looks very striking with that orange kind of color. I really do like it. My pet peeve for this set, it was have to be these side stickers. As you can see, one side I got quite even, but on the other side I kind of got one off to what, a little bit lower than the other, so it does look a little bit uneven. And in the instructions it does actually tell you that you kind of stick the stickers on and then you put them onto the helmet. But if you do get them wrong like I did here, you have no idea if one's higher or lower than the other. So I highly recommend butting these pieces up together and putting these stickers on side by side, so you can actually get it a little bit more even than I did. So that is probably my only little dislike about this set. But all in all, I have to admit, this does look quite cool. Apart from that, there is not too many stickers. I think the whole sticker sheet consisted of 9 stickers. A couple of these little yellow, black and white ones, and obviously those kind of ear ones around the ear section. But also another great part is you get those dishes in the Rebel Alliance logos. They are printed, so they can definitely be reused in other different mocks and things like that, so that is great, and you do get 2 of them. So that is fantastic that these, however, were printed and not stickers, because I think that would be a pain in the butt to apply these kind of curved stickers, as most stickers, you know, going around curved edges are really frustrating to put on. So overall, I think LEGO hit this one out of the ballpark. personally would have preferred this thing to be a little bit bigger than the 19 centimeters that it stands. So I reckon if they designed this as a life-size UCS helmet, I reckon that would have looked absolutely fantastic, because you would have got those curves a little bit more refined and things like that. I think it looks a little bit squat from, you know, the back. If you look at it from the back, it looks a little bit squat. So I think if they did that on a larger scale, they could have rounded it off a little bit more. But other than that, I think LEGO hit this one out of the ballpark, and I absolutely do love it, and I'll gladly display this along with all my other helmets on the shelf. So that'll do me for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!